Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Zwift Community Live broadcast of the Bike Radar Mission Get Fit Together race today. We have 5 laps out on the London Classic course. The racers have got out on course already. Today, we're going to have with us Mr. Ben Delaney in a live view from his pain cave, actually out on a kicker climb. He's giving us a little hand signs there. I think Ben's going to be good to talk maybe just for a minute. How's the race starting out today, Ben? And can you give us an idea of where you're at, what position you're at right now in the race?
Yeah, so we're 4 minutes in. We're just over that brutal start. You and I were talking about how these races start like a cross-country race. It's like a cross race. Just full stick for the whole shot. It settles in a bit, but it settles in, and we're doing what, 3.5, 4 watts kilo now. I use the 1 and 6 keys quite a lot here to look ahead and behind. So look behind me. Looks like I'm in the middle of the group. I'm not dropped yet, Nathan. I'm not dropped yet.
Not dropped yet. All right. We're going to keep looks on where you're at in the race. We're going to do regular coverage today, but we're also going to be stopping in with Ben a lot to see how his experience is going for the race today. As we do click through here, though, looking like we're up toward about 4th place toward the front group. Have you made the front group, Ben? Yeah, I do see Ben has made the front group, and they're about to take that right-hand turn, actually, up and over the top of the first climb into the Classic course. Now, we are on the London Classic course right now. They will be doing 5 laps on the London Classic course, a fairly flat race out here today. And we do see that climb, it looks like, kicking in a little bit, and the wattage is really going to pick up here. Where is Mr. Delaney? We got to find his avatar out here and see if he's able to hang on to the pace here as they do head on up the main climb here. Taking a right-hand turn here, just a moment onto the course. Looks like a solid 300 watts or so in this front group. There's Delaney, 6.1 watts per kilogram, 407 watts, 146 beats per minute. Pretty calm at this point. Ben signed up for the B category. He might be in for a little bit more today as far as his racing goes. Maybe be able to have a solid result amongst some of the faster boys and girls out on course here today. But 3rd place currently going to, it looks like, Kay Norden here coming out of Denmark. Then up toward the front there, it does look like Ort Gijssen here coming out of the Netherlands, leading things out in 2nd place. And it looks like it's going to be Kay Hacker Carter there. Atho there also with Norden following it up. Delaney and maybe a smarter bunch on the day, just closing the gap down slowly as they use the pack here to bring back any of those attacks right now. So we're going to jump back in with Ben here in just a moment as the race does progress here. But let's go ahead and take a look quick at how things are playing out in a couple other places out on course as the racers do make their way around. Now, we do have all of the integrations out on Zwift right now for you guys as far as the race goes. So if you do want to bring any questions, comments, or any kind of pictures or anything like that of your Zwift setup that you want to bring into the broadcast today, as usual, you can do so. All you have to do is tweet at Z Community Live, at Z Community Live over on Twitter, or you can also comment on the Facebook post over at Zwift's Facebook, and we can bring all of that right on in to our broadcast here, because a lot of people may be unfamiliar with what's up with racing. If you are, go ahead and ask your questions, or if you want to ask Ben any questions, we could try and get him to interact with us during his race out here. We do see that he's still able to make this lead group, so good to see the A's and the B's. Now, this is on a crit type course, though. Going to be very flat as they start their first of 5 laps. Going to be a barn burner as well. Going to go by very quickly, as I believe we're probably going to see about 30 to 40 minutes of racing out here today. Going to be super, super fast. Aaron Davis is in there saying, yeah, buddy. Jeff Smith, good to see you as well, saying something. Good to see you there, Jeff Smith, over at Zwift's Facebook, making a comment there. Wayne Sagidi saying, I'm here. Good to see you there, Wayne. And thanks a lot for tuning in. We also do have the Twitch chat up as well. If you do want to interact over at Twitch, we are just opening that up. So bring your questions and comments on over through Twitch as well, and we will make sure to check those out. We do have one off the front, though. It looks like it's going to be Ortgeisen here coming out of the Netherlands. 8 seconds off the front. We're going to have to see if the group containing B. Delaney and a few others are going to be able to close that down. Actually, Delaney has fallen off. It looks like, well, no, that's actually Henley, D. Henley. Let's see if we can find Delaney's avatar back out there. Yep, he is with the main group here. There is one off the front. Now, that's a brave move, though, coming from that rider. Now, these riders are holding what it looks to be about 4.0 watts per kilogram. Most of them actually in the B category. They do have a few A category riders up toward the front here. Norden, they're 164 beats per minute, 345 watts. Or the guy's in here on a flatter course. He's got his work cut out for him. As you look over his shoulder here, 6.0 watts per kilogram, and still trying to hang off the front, but at 186 beats per minute, I'm not sure it's going to happen. Looking back at the group here containing Delaney, 145 beats per minute still, looking fairly calm. And it's definitely, I think, going to be coming all back together. Let's go ahead and see if we can get in the head of one of the racers here, what he's thinking at this point. And we actually can see that the kicker climb has lowered here on this section of the course. So, Ben, how are we feeling? We can hear the kicker going. And you're looking fairly comfortable at this point, 145 beats per minute. Can we ask you, what is your max heart rate? Like how high can we beat? And are you fairly comfortable, or is that all just a facade at this point?
It's all fake.
It's all fake. It's all fake.
Max is 173 maybe these days. So I'm not in the red yet, but I ain't comfy.
Ain't comfy. Yeah, I'm seeing there was an attack there around the corner. That's usually a spot just a little. I don't know how much racing you've done out on course, but they always attack around that corner. It slows you down in game on purpose around that corner, and there's always attack right through there. So watch out for that. But you guys definitely played it smart there, Ben, allowing the group to bring back the man out of the Netherlands there. It looks like you're set up pretty well with this lead group, but I think the left-hand turn that's coming up here in about a minute or so up through Whitehall is going to be the place of the first decision makers. We'll see how that climb kicks in for you. And it looks like heart rate came up by about 10 beats or so. So able to talk pretty comfy, though. But only about 10 minutes into racing. We'll see if Ben can hang on throughout the whole thing here. He's already laughing. I can tell. It's definitely some suffering already here. Good luck, Ben. We're gonna keep the live looks here. Hopefully, get a lot of power ups and are able to hang on throughout the race here. So we're gonna keep tabs on that kicker climb. As soon as that climb goes uphill, we're going to try and get the live view of how that does work there. It's really interesting to see how it's actually going up and down there as they are hitting those flatter sections of the course here. So we're seeing Strasser here coming out of France now, leading things out 153 beats per minute now. Ortgeisen, who was the initial attacker there, now absolutely killing it, saying that he's dying though. Ortgeisen, I think, saying that he's suffering out on the course right now. Looking through, let's see if we can find Delaney as he is about to take this climb on. 149 beats per minute. Looks like he was able to rest up a little bit. Let's go ahead and back it off here. Sitting at the back of the pack, though, the attacks are about to start up and over the top of the climb right now. Every time, every lap, this is going to be the spot where the riders will be hammering away. Here's the live look coming from Delaney, and you can actually see that climb going up and down just a little bit as the 5% grain does kick in, as he is trying to hammer away with this group up and out of the saddle as he does go. And there goes back down as the gradient goes to that -1%. Actually, you can actually see how his body has changed from that climb using that gradient. And he's also on a kicker smart trainer in the back, so he is actually feeling that gradient as his avatar is going up the climb there, but he's also feeling it in real life as it does increase that incline for him, both in feel in the pedal stroke, but also on the front end of the bike there. What a cool technology actually to be able to feel that as you are getting the in-race efforts coming at you from the other riders. So super cool new technology here that we are seeing live here out on Zwift right now. Now we are seeing a little bit of a break here coming from Kay Johansson, and then it's going to be the Hochstrasser here, also off the front. They've only got 1 second, though. It looks like it may be coming all back together, and it looks like Delaney and the rest of the chase crew have played things very smart. Who's going to be the first ones off the back, though? G. Jones closing things down right off the bat here. We also see in Churchill hanging on to the wheel. Carter's there, 183 beats per minute currently. So looking pretty solid here still between the riders. Nobody able really to drop anybody off just yet, it looks like here. So lots of strong efforts so far, but nobody really able to get away from the pack. Still a lead group of 20 on the front end of this group here. Again, we're out on this crit course here, so definitely going to be a tactical race as riders are making their way around the course. Let's go ahead and see if we've got any questions or comments coming on in through. Frank the Tank, good to see you there. Racing Mike, good to see you as well over at the Twitch chat now. Giant, I would say, nice. If this is the first race on I wonder if this is the first race on a climb. That's actually a interesting comment there. I wonder if it is. Well, it's the first one we've had, obviously, here on Zwift Community Live. I have a feeling there's going to be a few. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, are they ready for shipping yet? I don't think so. So we'll have to ask and see if Ben has any more insight into that here. Let's go ahead and see. Ben, are you calm enough at this point to have a little chat? Is this maybe the first race on a climb? That was one of the questions coming through.
If you say it is, it is. You're the voice of Zwift. I got this test unit Thursday night, and it was one of the first coming out of Georgia. So I think they are just starting to ship now. So it's still pretty brand new.
All right, so I have a feeling that perhaps this might be one of the first races on a kicker climb actually out here. So pretty cool to see that here in action live right now. So we are seeing a couple more questions and comments here. Hello, Nathan. Greetings from ZRG. Good to see you there, Andreas. If you want to interact again with the broadcast, want to ask any questions, if we want to try and make Mr. Delaney suffer any more than he already is, you can go ahead and bring them right on in through the social media integration right there. So go ahead and bring your questions, comments right on through, and we will interact with you as we are out here watching the live suffering coming right on in from Mr. Ben Delaney right now. Always good to see the questions in the comments as they do come in. Andreas Perm is saying, let's go ahead and see here, saying hello, greetings from ZRG. Let's go ahead and bring a few more of them in as the riders are making their way around the course. Nick Gibson saying, I can barely hang while pushing forward watching the C race. So, yeah, it would be better if riders, sometimes, so if riders do join the wrong category. Now, again, at the same time, since it is based on watts per kilogram, the riders may be able to kick 400 watts per kilogram shortly and then back off, and they might be blowing off the front. So hang in there, Nate, and try to get the best result as you possibly can. Again, it is always just for the results, that's for sure, that you can grab out on course. So looking through here, let's make sure that we're having the right stuff in the scenes here, as we did grab the wrong look there for just a moment. But looks like Ben's still at the front of the race right now. As there were a couple of more attacks here. Again, every lap I have a feeling we're going to see that attack on that section. Still 5.8 watts per kilogram comes from the Italian rider here. Will be Sandrini right now. 5.7, 167 beats per minute. Now Kay Johansson now seeing that there might be a little bit of a chink in the armor of the riders here out on course trying to get away. We'll see if he can hold on to this pace at 6 watts per kilogram. 187 beats per minute currently. And it looks like this may be one of the breaking moments right now. We're seeing Lagmat here coming out of the Netherlands, 187 as well. Everybody's heart rate's way up and over the top, actually. Churchill off the back here, as you can see, 28 seconds back, said, that's it, I'm giving up the ghost. Holstock now looks like he's just trying, slog here, trying to hold on to the pace. Now Lowry's there, Bowles now as well. Miglaud now 173 beats per minute. E. Cardi now trying to go with it. Delaney here still playing the smart man's game. He said he's not done a whole lot of racing in real life, but this is some good crit racing here coming from Delaney. 151 beats per minute right now, hanging in toward the front end of the pack. Says he maxes out up in the 170s, so he's definitely up in the threshold at this point. Absolutely suffering, I think. And let's get another look here. We're about to see how that climb does interact. Again, every lap here, we're going to see that. You'll be able to see Ben slightly incline and also feel that gradient as they take this left-hand turn onto the Whitehall now. And we're going into the second climb of the day at the front end of this race now. We're going to be looking, it's going to be Sandrini, again, the Italian rider, up toward the front of this race, hammering away, 4.7 watts per gram, 163 beats per minute. So we have to see how this does play out now. Let's go ahead and check out with ZwiftPower.com real quick, as that will help us to see what the past results are for a lot of these racers today. As I'm not familiar with a ton of these racers, we usually it'll be interesting to see what kind of results they have had. Now, Defets is on Z Power and does not have a heart rate monitor on, so he will not be able to win the race, but he'll get a solid workout out there, hammering away 400 watts all day long. That's actually a situation that you'll see where he maybe on a smart trainer that is maxed out at what it'll allow him to do. Actually, some of the smart trainers do have a maximum when they are not smart trainers. Some of the traditional trainers, if we want to be nice to them, or dumb trainers, they will not have the ability to go over 400 watts just to keep them in, within certain limits. So as you do see Defets here continue to hammer away 400 watts or so. We'll give him a ride on for his efforts there. He's going to be the Autobus though on the front end of the race, and I think on a TT bike even too. So we'll see if the racers do just let him go, as he will not be able to win the race on the day. But we do see Delaney here, 3.3 watts per kilogram here, hammered away 5.5 here. Still able to make this front group here looking solid. 1 second back here now to the rest of the group. Looks like they're able to hang on just fine. Next one to bite the dust will be Lowry here with that aero power up, trying to get back to the front of this group. Now it will be Holtzlag. We did see him suffering off the back here going into the climb, 2.8 watts per kilogram. Now also falling off the back here. Now, speaking of Mr. Delaney here, he has made, it looks like, the front group now. And not sure. Let's go ahead and see if he is actually in the results here. We do have Kev Hacker here now, 4.3 watts per kilogram. He's been going solid at the front end of this race. Let's see where this racer has been for the last couple of rides that we've seen him out on course here. Now, Hacker, has he fallen off actually? As soon as we go to look and see where he's been at for his past races, not seeing him. Oh, actually, no, there he is. So Hacker up toward the front, 4.1 watts per kilogram, 10 races out on Zwift. And we are seeing he took a second place actually back on the 23rd of February for the WBR flat. ZHR Hare and Hounds ride, he actually 26th place. GGCC Glasgow Green Cycle Club Race Series, 6th place, back on the 9th place. Been racing a lot actually over the past month and a half. Actually, looks like his first race was back on December 31st actually, going into the new year with a 7th place in the WBR 3-lap race, actually. So we are seeing attack here coming from Ort Geisen, actually, with an aero power-up, going for the sprint jersey maybe within the event right now. With a solid, is it going to update there with a 12:79 actually is the time through there. Ortgeisen actually not taking the fastest time on the day, but definitely getting a solid break over the rest of the riders. 6 seconds at this point. We'll see if Delaney and the rest can close this down, though, as they make their way around the course right now. So it looks like it is going to be a little bit of a break, though. Bowles here now. Team Laura coming out of Germany here. Sint at the back, 170 beats per minute. Sinton there as well, 170 as well. Carter there, 176. HIK rider Timman, I'd be watching out for him. HIK is also always one of the stronger teams, that's for sure, out on Zwift. Now, we're waiting for the updates, though, from ZwiftPower.com, as they are not coming through too quickly. But Bram Ortgeisen here, riding for PTZ, it says. in ZwiftPower.com. Last race we saw from him actually was a WBR 4-lapper actually way back on December 4th. So this rider is actually jumping back into the world of racing out on Zwift just recently, coming out of the Netherlands. He's got 32 races out on Zwift, and he's currently 12 seconds off the front. Now, he's still got plenty of racing to go, though. Can he hold on to this kind of an effort, as it's going to be 5 laps? I believe they are looking at something like around 18, somewhere 15 to 18 miles or so out on course for the day. Let's just go ahead and check what the information is here. 32K total on the day. So we are currently actually not in Ks though. So we'll have to wait and see if we can get a good look at where that's going to translate to. I do believe that's going to be right around 20 miles actually. So we'll see if Ortgeisen can hold on to this actually, as he's going to have another 10 miles off the front actually. They are closing it down. HIK rider here, Timon now, 4.4 watts per kilogram on the front. Let's go ahead and see where Delaney is sitting at. Around the corner there, we are seeing he is just hanging on, but it's in a mode right now. 524 watts right now coming from Ben Delaney. Absolutely hammering right now. 152 beats per minute, hanging on to the pace now, as you can see the live efforts there coming from Ben. Let's go ahead and check in with him real quickly, see if we can get any chatter whatsoever. I'm not sure it's going to happen. I see the smirk there coming through. Ben, how's it going? He's got a little, can we get a thumbs up? Can we talk at all? That was quite the attack. 524 watts. There's the live effort there coming from Ben. I don't think we're going to get any chatter of him. There's a focus, though, on that face right now, knowing that this might be a point where the breaks are going to be happening. They're chasing down Ortgeisen from PTZ on the front right now. It's 4 seconds. Ortgeisen going again. Go ahead, Ben.
I'm saving that feather. I'm saving the feather for this kicker around the corner here.
There you go. There you go. Use the feather. You're going to want, now, yeah, use the feather on the climb, because you're going to want a little bit of a dice roll and get that arrow power up when it comes through on the next lap going into this third climb. A little less, about 8 miles to go. 8 miles to go. Looking good. You're perfectly set up. We want to see a sprint win today coming from Ben Delaney here with the live look here. Let's go, Ben. Solid efforts here coming out of Boulder, Colorado, but we see Ortgeisen. That's the view right now out on course of the current rider in the lead. We'll jump right back in with Ben and those live views in just a second here. Let's see if he can close it down and get back in with his avatar here. 4.8, 4.5 watts per kilogram using that feather power up. Now it's only a 15-second power up, so he kicks it up a little bit here, lightens himself up. Here comes the kicker climb now. As you do see it, look at Rise there as he gets up and out of the saddle there. You can see him using that new tech here as his body actually rises as we're sitting that 5% gradient to actually kick in. He's also feeling it there on the kicker, as you can see. Closes it right down to Ortgeisen. Ortgeisen now, with that early attack, maybe going to go off the back just a little bit now. Delaney in a solid group going off the front now. 161 beats per minute. We can see him getting up toward his max heart rate, though. Definitely up in the threshold, even maybe VO2 max at this point. But these are the points where you can use those kinds of efforts, because the group is starting to split. You can see them all splintered off the back right now, trying to hang on to the pace that's being set at the front now. Now we are seeing Hortstrasser now going off the front, though. The Frenchman now 6 watts per kilogram, 6-second gap. Will you be able to hold on to it, though? 164 beats per minute now. Sandrini here, the Italian now, 164 beats per minute. Hackey's there as well. Timmons there now. We're seeing Ortgeisen, Delaney hanging on, 160 beats per minute. Zamowski's there now as well. Legmat now coming out of Poland. And now it's going to be Atho also out of Australia with Kay Johansson now 2 seconds off the back, coming out of nowhere, up and out of the saddle, 189 beats per minute, doing everything he can, just grinding out a big, huge gear, as you can see here. 470 watts to Norwegian, trying to get back on terms. You can see this is going to be a breaking moment now. Bowles there, Team Lord now 8.3 watts per kilogram, trying to get back with it. Jones there, and it's going to be, looks like Themtier off the back with S. Bowles now, still trying to kick it. to that 100 RPM. Now just completely nuclear, as you can see, is just a full-on fade of the RPMs, trying to get back on terms with the front end of this race, though. Now Sandrini, now Delaney, now 6 watts per kilogram, resting it up, looking for that aero power up. Now Ortgeisen trying to make the break there and go back up to Hortstrasser now. Now who is going to keep the gap, though? There's probably plenty of little warnings at the top of the screen right now saying hold that wheel, close the gap. Timon now 7 watts per kilogram. Delaney, look at the grimace there on the face there, coming Delaney, trying to hold on, getting all kinds of ride-ons. Let's give him some ride-ons. Cheer on Ben Delaney. He's absolutely killing himself, trying to hold on at the front end of this race. We've got the Frenchman, though, off the front here, looking solid, 166 beats per minute right now. And let's go ahead and take a look. What are the past results here coming from this rider who is on the front end of this race right now? Absolutely just demolishing the field. Let's go ahead and see where this rider stands with some of his past results. Benjamin Hortstrasser. Let's go ahead and take a look here real quick over at ZwiftPower.com. No past results, not registered from what I can see actually with ZwiftPower.com, because it just goes straight to my profile. So perhaps we'll have to wait and see if this rider has any. I don't think he actually has any past results actually out on Zwift, because it just goes directly to the my profile. So no information there coming from him. So we'll have to wait and see if also Delaney, we have to get Ben to head on over to ZwiftPower.com and register and accept the terms and conditions over there. I have a feeling that might be why we can't bring up Ben's past results either. So everybody, make sure if you are going to be racing out on Zwift, make sure to head on over to ZwiftPower.com and register for the terms and conditions over there. If you do want your results to show up in ZwiftPower.com, if that's something that you're looking to have. So, but we are looking through here at a few of the other riders and their past results. Still 4-second, it looks like, gap. Dave Fetz on the front there, still hammering away about 400 watts all day long, 5.9 watts per kilogram. Dave on the Z power, so will not be able to win the race today, but he will be the autobus to try and bring back some of those attacks, it looks like, for the rest of the riders. Now, they're starting to hit some of the lap traffic, it looks like, as they're making their way around on course, and that is going to cause a little bit of mayhem, I think, as they make their way around this section where they will have the left-hand turn and the turnaround. Now, Sandrini here with one other rider. It will be Kay Hacker on the front and Ortgeisen as well. 2-second gap. They're still trying to close it down. I believe, excuse me. The Frenchman was caught. And it looks like Delaney was able to hang in with that attack, actually. Solid effort. Now, using an aero power-up, I have a feeling Delaney is suffering at this point, because that aero power-up, look at that. He's letting everybody know he's got the effort here on that canyon, as you can see. Absolutely demolishing it right now. Still with the front group. 4th place overall at this point. At least 10 riders, though, in this lead group. But he's set himself up solid for what looks to be a 10th place overall. Fetz is off the back now, it looks like. Still, though, has about 387 watts. Suffering, though, but doesn't have a draft, though, because he is on that TT bike. So we'll see if the group can drop off the Z Power Autobus on the front end of that race now. Now we are seeing Caldwell here now. 96 RPM. No heart rate coming from Caldwell, though, as this is going to be a lapped rider, though. 164, though, coming from Sandrini, now the Italian. Now 354 beats per minute, as we see the solid effort still coming from Delaney, hanging in to the front end of this race. Let's go ahead and check out the social media integration now, as we are seeing David Williams asking, so you can't race on a dump trainer? No, that is not true. David Williams, you can race on, that's not it at all, actually. You can race on it. You just need to have a power meter source. That's a great question, actually, coming through from one of the viewers over here at Zwift's Facebook. So David Williams says, you can't race on a traditional or dump trainer. No, you can definitely race on one, but you need to have a power source on it in order to, and you can also show up to a race and race all you want on a dumb trainer, make sure it's calibrated with the Z power fairly well. You know, there is calibration with Z power on a dumb trainer as well, and it'll make it a little more fair and more. It'll make it so that it is much more accurate as well. Because the issue is that individual on that dumb trainer on that Z power rider right now is putting out about 400 watts continually at 5.9 watts per kilogram for the duration of the entirety of 40 minutes. If you're familiar with Tour de France numbers, that's essentially someone who's going to win the Tour de France probably. If you can put out maybe not win, but close to the Froome type numbers, numbers like that. So it's just a little bit of a check on, hey, maybe the setup here. So Z Power riders are unable to win races a lot of times. But if you do have a power meter and a dumb trainer, you can jump in. It's a verified power source, absolutely, and you're good to go. So it's a great question that you're coming on through with, absolutely. Love the questions here. So you are eligible to win the race on dumb trainers for sure if you have a power meter. But if you have a Z Power, you will not. And the other thing is, if you're off the front with Z Power, you're most likely unable to win the race like outright on a verified source, actually, because most people who are on no power meter source probably aren't training at a level that you'd be able to put out 400 watts for that amount of time, or whatever it is that you're hammering at the front end of these races actually with, right? So like there's just a reality that it's just a protection on the rest of the riders just to make things as fair as they possibly can within game. So Kay Norton here now, as you can see, trying to go with the attacks that we saw here from the rest of the riders. Kay Johansson now trying to also go with it as well. There wasn't an attack off the front there coming from Sandrini, the Italian rider. Has he been able to get the gap? No, 6.7 watts per kilogram, as you can see here. He's actually just trying to get back on pace here. Delaney, what an effort here from Delaney. 1 lap to go here. 1 lap to go. An amazing effort. And just absolutely killing it right now, making this front group. Hacker here now, 3.8 watts per kilogram, as you can see, right along with Guzomski now, and Delaney here in that B category, still hanging on now. And we are seeing Basti Low here coming through. Thanks a lot for the explanation on the trainer. No problem whatsoever there, Basto. Appreciate them. Appreciate them very, very much. And Stefan's also saying they're suffering so much early. Lots of suffering happened here out on Zwift right now, as we can see the live efforts here coming from Ben. Looking pretty good. He's 155 beats per minute. Ben, can we get a little bit of tactical talk as we head into the last lap? If you get an air power up, first of all, don't use it before it's finished.
I know I did it wrong. I'm doing it all wrong. I thought the time started at the turn.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Hang on to the climb. We'll see if you get a sprint effort there to the finish, man. It's going to be hard to break away. I think your tactic is use as little energy as possible until about 300 to go and everything you got to the line. We'll see what happens here. It's 1 lap to go. Bell. You don't got a bell to ring right there, do you? Can we get a bell lap ringer? No bell? No bell? We'll see if he's looking on the wall. No bell. There it is. All right, Ben. Good luck. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. Amazing effort here coming from Ben Delaney on the day. Absolutely loving it. He's got an international field up against him here. K-Hacker here coming out of Great Britain. Johansson here coming out of Norway. We're seeing Zamowski now out of Poland. Now we are seeing as well. Man, amazing. Or Geisen here coming out of the Netherlands. Pump, pump, pump here coming from one of the riders here, cheering everybody on. Horkstrasser now as well, coming out of France there too. International field. And we've got the representative for the US of A here with Delaney coming out of Boulder, Colorado, absolutely hammering up against this field. A-Tim here from HIK killing it now as well. So it's going to be, it looks like about 10 riders that are going to be coming to the line. But unless there's a break here in this next section, this is always an attack around the corner right here. They do slow down the avatars on purpose, just like you would have in real life. And now the riders are no attacks though coming on through. So it's interesting to see everybody calming it down. Maybe not a whole lot of matches left in the legs at this point as they make their way around the course. Now, Timon here at 5.1 watts per kilogram, as you can see. No heart rate on the rider, so maybe not able to win on the day here. Now we are seeing Nord here, 168. Hortstrasser now as well, 151. This has been probably the stronger riders out on course so far. 152. I already have one, but I really want two, Sandrini is saying. So, saying, does he already win one today? What is going on with Sandrini, the Italian rider here? A little bit of bragging here coming on through, hammered away right now. We'll see if he can hold on to this pace now, though, as he's on the front. 165 beats per minute. Delaney, though, still playing it smart, as you can see. Ortgeisen smiling, I think they're coming through. Delaney, 1.9. Smart efforts here. Just hold on to the wheel. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backward, though, as you can see, as he makes his way to the back now. A little bit of a kick there. 5.5 watts per kilogram, as you can see. Making sure that he's not getting dropped off by too much. It's all about the climb, resting up, and then making his way to the sprint effort. I think it's all about the last 103 meters. Will Delaney make it happen here? Let's hear your predictions. What's the place that Delaney is going to get on the day? Will it be a win for BikeRadar today out of the pain cave with the kicker climb? Let's see if it's going to happen now, as we've got Hacker here. Johansson now up toward the front. We've got Delaney, Tim, Norden, Hortstrasser as well. Zamowski. Is it going to be a W for BikeRadar, or will it be the UK here with K Hacker now? We're seeing the orange numbers now starting to kick there. 9 watts per kilogram real quick. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get away, though. They got a little bit of a gap, though. Delaney now closing it down with the rest of the riders here. That's a kick before they even hit the climb. But that's a couple of meters that are going to matter, though, as they make their way up and over the top of that initial climb now. Now 159 beats per minute, starting to get up into that max heart rate. Can he hold on? Come on, Delaney. Hold on to that effort. Go with it, Ben. It's going to be a difficult day here on this climb. 6 watts per kilogram already before they even hit the climb. They're ramping up from way out. Sandrini's going now 172 beats per minute, as you can see. Ortgeisen's there as well. 10 watts per kilogram, 190 beats per minute. Delaney's trying to hang on, but it might not be able to happen, as Ortgeisen's going from way out. 4-second gap. We're seeing Northern Beaches Cycles, Belrose saying 4th place prediction. Andres Prem saying a 6th place prediction. I'm predicting that Delaney's going to hang on for a podium. He's going to make it happen. We'll see what happens, though. Where is Delaney? He's in there. 6 watts per kilogram. Still keeping it smart. Everything he's got. The pressure is on. The witness is here. All of Facebook's cheering him on. Twitch chat's cheering him on. Come on, Delaney. Hang on to that pack. And it looks like he's able to do it here so far with the main chase group, but it's going to be Sandrini. Actually, no, excuse me. Ortgeisen, has he been caught, or is he off the front? I think Ortgeisen is off the front, actually, and has made enough of a gap maybe to stay away. It's over 10 seconds at this point, but it might be too much to the line. There is a solid chase group trying to bring him back. Delaney looking comfy, though. He's made this group. What an amazing effort here coming from Ben as they make their way to the line now. We are seeing Zamowski here now, 256 beats per minute. Norden, they're 177. Hacker, they're 160. There's Sandrini, they're 169. And then the Frenchman, 161 coming from him. Delaney, where's he at? They're 166. Bring that heart rate down. Calm it down. Do not get dropped, though, through this group here. Make sure you hold on to the right wheels as you go through some lap traffic. They can always be a little bit of an issue as you go through lap traffic, so make sure they don't go anywhere, as you know there's going to be some attacks coming around this pack right now. There's the attacks there. Hold the gap. Sandrini now 5 watts per kilogram. Ortgeisen 15 seconds off the front, as you can see. 5.8 watts per kilogram. And the Frenchman at 14 seconds back, ramping things up. The lead out is happening now, as you can see. Delaney here 1 second back here, holding steady to the wheel. The effort is real, though. Look at it. The Delaney absolutely demolishing himself. Really, look at this effort. It's absolutely amazing. Holding on, 167 beats per minute. We're going to set a new max heart rate for Ben Delaney from BikeRadar at this point. But Cedrini has the gap, though. The A riders are letting you know why they got the A next to their name. Hortstrasser now going, as you can see. But he may take the win up against the rest of the riders in the B category. We'll see if he can make it happen. Let's watch for the sprint. Ortgeisen's going to take the win here, I believe. He's 12 seconds off the front. It's all said and done for him. 6.5 watts per kilogram here coming from the rest of the A riders, though, as they make their way to the line. Here comes Tim and the rest, though, off the back. It's going to be Ortgeisen for the win. No problem. He will take the win, but let's watch the peloton as they make their way to the line. Norden's now going 11 watts per kilogram. Here comes the Frenchman, though, absolutely demolishing the sprint. It's going to be Hortstrasser now across the line. Where's A. Timon? Zamowski, then Delaney to the line. Gonna roll across the line. 160. Give us a little kick. Come on, Delaney. There it is. Across the line, I think for fourth place. Solid effort there. Zwift racing, Ben. What do you got? Let's give him a moment. Let's give him a moment. I don't think he can say a thing at this point. He's going to wipe the sweat off the face because that looked insane. I think he almost hit 170 beats per minute. And new max heart rate maybe on the day. Absolutely killing himself. We'll see once he can bring in. If you got any questions or comments for Ben as he calms down that heart rate, let us know. Brought it back down to 149. Amazing effort there, Ben. How'd that feel?
This is so much harder than racing outside. It's relentless, you know? I mean, I'm a fatty Masters crit guy. Been racing outside, 20 plus years. And, there's different cyclists are good at different things. Some are climbers, some are sprinters. I'm good at sitting in and talking smack. Those are my two characteristics. It's hard to sit in on Zwift. So the bang for the buck is so good. We just did 42 minutes, and it's I'm at or above threshold pretty much. I don't know, 90% of the time. When you do a crit, it's on and off and on and off, and this is just all out. So the heart rate's going, the endorphins are going, the fan's not going hard enough. And I just love how it's fully engaging. I'm a guy sitting here in the garage, but racing my face off against these Scandinavian guys, these Italian guys.
So good, so good, Ben. Ben, you averaged 3.9 watts per kilogram for the duration of 43 minutes and about, let's see here, 43 and 20 seconds, 43:20, almost 4 watts per kilogram all the way through. You took second place in the B category because Arjan Timon from HIK actually averaged 4.5. The guy who took first in your B category averaged 4.5 watts per kilogram for the duration. You actually took, it looks like 9th overall, actually, in the preliminary results. Amazing result there, actually. We're going to get an update here over at zwiftpower.com in the results here and see if we can get something through here. It looks like 4 of those. We'll see if we can grab those in just a moment, but solid result there. Second place in the B category. You got, it looks like 9th overall amongst everybody. And the guys at the front end of this race, 5.0, 4.9. I mean, some serious efforts there coming out of those riders. So nice job using the draft. What did you feel like as far as the drafting? You had a little bit of discussion there about drafting and like how it felt for drafting out on Zwift. You're kind of working the whole time, it seemed like, though.
Well, yeah, the draft is real, no doubt. And the draft in Zwift is a noticeable thing. I mean, you were calling out some of the numbers of guys who came off. You're just off 3-4 seconds. And when it's going 28 miles an hour, that almost would double their power output, So, yeah, definitely being in the draft helps. But even in the draft, you're working, or at least I was working. That's my strategy. That's my strategy. Keep your head down and hold the wheel. And even so, it's no free ride.
Yeah, I get the same thing where the consistency on the trainer, you do have to work less. But I find a lot of times at the front end of those groups, it's 2.5, 3.0, lots of surging as well. We are getting some comments coming through. Ben, in my heart, You won. Awesome work, Ben, coming from Tim Schmidt. Stefan saying you won in my heart. Basti Lowe says, good work, Ben. Was fun to see you fighting. So great job. Lots of comments coming on through here. We're also seeing a little bit there coming from Adam Zim. Is he in a shed? What are you in? He's asking what kind of setup are you in there?
Yeah, I'm in Dick Cheney's undisclosed location here. No, this is just my workshop. Got my little offices next door, and this is my bike shop where I put together test bikes and drink coffee and do Zwift.
Yeah, gotcha.
Excuse the humble surroundings, but this is
no, they're great. That's as good as it gets, actually. Those are what pain caves are made of right there. That's for sure. We're seeing here a couple more coming through from Zwift chat here. Delaney has raced on Zwift previously. He knows Scott Zwift is saying. Good to see you there, Scott. Solid pain cave coming through from Adam Zim. Okay, so questions for the climb quick before we let you go. Can we take a few, Ben? Is that all right?
Absolutely.
All right, so does the trainer
chat all day?
So Board Pilot is asking, does trainer setting affect the climb? I do not believe so. It doesn't, right?
I'm not sure what he means by trainer setting. I mean, the kicker climb has to be used with either a kicker or the kicker snap, which is the wheel-on version. So I've got the kicker here, and the reason for that is twofold. One, it needs to be able to pivot. The bike needs to be able to pivot, so you can't use it with another trainer. But two, the kicker is the brains of the operation. So right now I've got my little MacBook laptop that talks to the kicker, which controls the resistance, and it also controls the climb. So hopefully that.
I think he's talking about trainer difficulty. I think that, and I don't think
that within Zwift. Yes, sorry. No, it doesn't. So
thank you for the answer there. Got it. So looking through here for a few more here. If you guys have any questions at all, let us know. So where can we find more for BikeRadar? Obviously, you guys have a YouTube with a ton of video reviews over there. There's a recent also article, I think, on the climb that you guys did over at BikeRadar.com. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, we've got 14,000 plus reviews on things from this bike that I'm sitting on, to this group, to the kicker, to the climb, to the little Wahoo Ticker Fit, which I thought was silly at first and definitely a run-centric thing, but it's great for indoor riding. You can just put it on, like you get suited up and you forget to put on a heart rate shot, you can just pop it on your arm. Yeah, BikeRadar.com. Also, I'm a big fan of Strava. A lot of Zwift folks are. We've got a Strava club that I encourage you to join. What I like about that is you can see, you race with people here from all over the world, and you can follow them on Strava and see what their pain cages look like, and what their rides around the countryside look like, and what their coffee stops look like. So,
do you know so it's just a BikeRadar club over on Strava? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Does the climb make racing harder or just more realistic?
I can just definitely more realistic. That like on this course, there's that kicker every lap, and the last time, both feeling the resistance at the rear wheel and the thing going up, it had that. It definitely felt real. Like, oh no, I'm a heavy gray-haired guy. Here comes a hill. So in that way, yeah, it makes it mentally harder, but it makes it it's just so much more engaging, I think.
Yeah.
The other thing that you can there's a little remote here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it comes out of the top of the climb, stick on the handlebar, and there's two settings. In auto, it'll go off as Zwift, or you can put it to manual, and then you just raise it up.
So while you're doing that, what's the max gradient then that you're able to get out of that thing? That's one question that came through.
Yeah, so it's max 20%, and that
looks like 20%. That looks really hard.
I mean, if I go sliding off, it's only for comic relief. Yeah, I'm having to hold on here. This is bucking bronco. Then you bring it back down. So then that's descending there.
Yeah, gotcha.
8, I want to say.
Have you done descending on it yet on the Watopia climb or anything?
Yeah, so Saturday I did the Ivan Dominguez group ride, which was a kick in the gut. It was like 3 straight hours riding with Mr. Cuban Missile. Super good guy, but he took us on the Epic KOM. So that's up the long forever climb, and you think you're done, and then, oh no, you're not done. You turn left, and then you go up that 10 to 14% beast at the end. And yeah, that was a different experience than the climb. That was a climb on the climb.
How stable is it for sprinting? We saw you sprinting out there. Did you feel like you were good?
Yeah, I think the stability comes from the kicker, which is rock solid. You know, you've got the bike is anchored at the dropouts, and you've got the triangulation of the legs. So I'll put it in a bigger gear here. So you can see it.
Yeah.
No,
the give is almost nice. That give is almost nice, actually.
Yeah, and it's just a little up and down like the side to side. Yeah, it's fun.
Let's see here, a few more. If it works to different muscles, might make it even easier. Good call there, Daffin Williams. I'm actually thinking that might be. Yeah, so yeah, it sounds like he has done the epic climb. Stefan, thanks for the questions there. So, all right, so next up for our next BikeRadar live stream, we got tomorrow. We're going to be live with a Workout Wednesday, actually. And that one will be a little later in the day, actually, for you guys to come and check out. So make sure to check out your Zwift mobile link for your events. We got Workout Wednesday tomorrow with Matt Rowe, obviously. And then later in the day, we're going to have a Workout Wednesday. It'll be the last day, actually, of the BikeRadar missions. And you can join up with us for a Workout Wednesday. And I believe we're going to have a workout coming from, is it Ben Sharp?
Yeah, Ben Sharp over at State of Cycling, former USA Cycling National Track Coach and all-around nice guy. That should be fun. Looking forward to it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So Workout Wednesday tomorrow. Solid job on your second place in the B category. Unofficial result, but great job out there.
That was super fun. Thanks for calling the race. It's fun to listen to.
Yeah, of course. It was tons of fun. You the live efforts. You did most of the work. I just sat here and talked about you doing all the work. It was a great result it looked like out there. Ben, thanks a lot. We appreciate all your time. Guys, if you guys want to check out, yep, we'll see you, Ben. If you guys want to check out more from BikeRadar, obviously head on over to BikeRadar.com. They have a review already up about that kicker climb that you did see out there just now. We are going to be back again, like I said, with Workout Wednesday tomorrow with the last day of the BikeRadar missions. And that'll be it for us today over at Zwift Community Live. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And if you haven't done so already, we're making a big push over at our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Zwift Community Live. You can find all of our VODs of the last few weeks, actually last month, I believe, over there. We also have VODs over on YouTube, but that's where all the live chat as well as push notifications anytime that we do go live will go to your email, your Twitch mobile link, or your Twitch mobile app, or your desktop app as well. So head on over to twitch.tv/Zwift Community Live and hit that follow button over there. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. As always, right on.